Hola y bienvenido. And that means in Spanish, hello and welcome. I hope it does at least. So today's topic is languages. I think languages is really cool and I love to learn so much more, but sadly I only know English. And even though I look Asian, and I am Asian, my parents are from Vietnam, I know nothing of Vietnamese. I know how to count from 1 to 10. I think I know what the word cat is, water, and tired. But that's kind of all I know. Didn't really get to learn when I was younger because my parents were too busy with work to teach me or my brother. So yeah. And then I remember I think it was the second grade where student teachers probably taught my class Spanish how to count from 1 to 20, I believe. And they probably taught us some of the vocabulary, but I don't remember. But then in 7th and 8th grade, I learned Spanish and French. And then going into high school, I decided I wanted to learn Spanish, mainly because I thought it was more beneficial since I lived in the US and, Spanish is probably the second most learned language in the country. I'm also learning Spanish from the app Duolingo. I've kind of been slacking off in that though, because I always kind of forget, and it's just a little bit time consuming. Really, just like 5 minutes though, but I mean, I should probably get back on that. I really do want to get back on track, but we'll see. And in addition to learning Spanish, I decided to learn Italian because in anime, Katsuko Hitman Reborn, it's kind of about supernatural Italian mafia, so that's also kind of why I want to learn that. Well, okay, actually, mainly because I read fan fiction, on a side note, and in those fan fictions of Katsuko Hitman Reborn, some of the authors put in Italian, and I figured I might as well learn it to try and translate on my own if they don't provide translations, which they usually do, which I'm thankful for. But also, in addition to learning Spanish and Italian, I feel I should be learning French because Italian is kind of a mixture between Spanish and French. And what I mean by that is the word for cat in Spanish is gato. It also is gato in Italian, but in French it's chat or chat. But good morning in French is bonjour, and in Italian, good morning is buongiorno, but good morning in Spanish is buenos dias. So I feel I should learn both, or all three. I feel I should just learn French, in addition to Spanish and Italian, but French was never really much of an interest to me. I mean, it might help me learn more with Miraculous Ladybug being helpful, but whatever. I also want to learn Japanese and Vietnamese. I want to learn Japanese because I watch anime. I love anime. It's my life. And I feel that if I learn Japanese and also while listening to, anime, I get a sense of feeling of what it is, of more and how to be a little more fluent in that. But all the symbols, all the kanji, the hiragana, the alphabet, the katakana, it's really complicated and I don't know if I have the time for that. I also want to learn Vietnamese because it's what my parents speak and I feel really left out of the community by not speaking that, and it kind of hurts. Not really. Well, it's just weird because most of my family speak Vietnamese, but me and my brother only speak English, and it just kind of alienates us from the rest of the family. And it's just really awkward that I just sit there listening to my family talk amongst themselves while I just have no idea what they're saying, and it's just I don't know, alone really. But I also a very small part of me doesn't want to learn Vietnamese because I don't really want to know what my parents are talking about. I know it's not really anything bad, but it's just I feel it's their language and it's their world, and they have the freedom and right to talk about that amongst themselves. But then I'm just again, left out, and I want to connect. And if I have children, I'm pretty sure that I want them to learn Vietnamese in order to talk with my parents or the rest of the family. And if I ever go back to Vietnam with my dad or just by myself, I want to know the language so I can get around. But I don't know. One of these days, I will find the courage to ask my parents to help me learn Vietnamese. Because also, Duolingo, they have the Vietnamese language, so like, why not? And they also have Japanese. They recently added that in, but again, time consuming and a lot of symbols, and their alphabet is just crazy. I don't think I have the time for that. So if you are bilingual, let me know where you're from, what language you speak, and I think that'd be really fun and great. So yeah, see you next time. Adios.